We're going to begin working on a winter cardinal project. So the first step is going to be creating a background with branches and sky. And then the next time I see you, we will make a separate cardinal that will be glued onto our background. So today we're working on the background. You just start by drawing some branches. The great thing about branches is they don't have to really look a certain way. We just need brown lines. So I'll start with a random line through the middle, and then I'll draw one that follows that line parallel to it so that it creates a thicker branch. One thin pencil line is not quite enough. Now I could do something extra with my branches. Maybe I have a first line that way, and the second line this time, I'm going to have it turn away, straight up there. Now I need a triangle to fill in right here. And this will look like a branch that has a little twig growing out of it. And that could be enough. You don't have to have a lot of branches. If you just want a couple of branches, you could have just a couple, just one, however many you want. You may decide you want to fill your background with lots of branches. This is completely up to you. So once you get the amount of branches you think is right for you, you'll begin with paint. And for this, we're using tempera cakes. They're a lot like watercolor, but they're bigger, and they require, just like watercolor, they require you having a good bit of water on your brush to activate the paints. Remember, Mr. Brush, he loves his hair. It's his pride and joy. We are always going to be gentle with him, always twirling to keep it nice and neat, never jabbing or poking. So I've got some blue, and I can start painting the sky. I'm starting with blue, not brown, because blue is a lighter color than brown. We always work our way from light to dark. More on that later. Did you catch what I did right there? I just went back into the water and grabbed some water on my brush. I did not get any more paint because I started painting and I was like, ooh, I think I want it to be a lighter blue. Guess what? I don't need white with this type of paint. I just need more water. Look, that's even lighter. So you decide. Remember, it's a snowy sky. And I think I want mine to be a lighter blue. The other thing to consider is the bird is going to be a bold red. So you can consider, compared to the red, how dark do you want your blue? Is a light blue going to be a better contrast or a dark blue? It's really up to you what shade you make your blue, how dark or how light it is. I'm going to be interested in making sure you keep Mr. Brush's hair looking good, and that you are sharing kindly with your neighbor and keeping all of the colors clean so that when the other students use them, they are not disappointed to find colors mixed together, because you would not want that. So how do we keep them clean? If I'm ready for my brown, I must rinse my brush thoroughly before getting a new color. So just get the bottom here real fast, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Notice that you can see my brush strokes. It's kind of choppy. I like it like that. You can try to make it really smooth if you want, or you can show your brush strokes. When you can see the brush strokes, there's a word for that. It's called painterly. It looks painterly because you can tell it was painted with a brush. Okay, so I'm ready for brown. I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to swirl it. Give them a good hair washing in my water. I'm going to do just a gentle rub, not tapping. Tapping makes noise. We're going to gently rub, and then I'm going to swirl in my brown. Now that was a very important step, the rinsing in between. Otherwise you can get accidental mess ups. Like right here, somebody accidentally got some blue into the orange. So if somebody tries to use that, it's probably going to create a muddy color. They'll actually probably create brown, blue and orange together. It's probably going to be a brown, maybe a gray, right? It's not going to be the color that the person is hoping for. If they're hoping for orange and they get a little bit of blue mixed in, it's not going to be what they wanted. So we want to try hard to keep our paint palettes clean. It's a way we can show kindness and consideration to the next person who is using it. So a little bit more water, a little bit more paint, and then I'm going to be done with my background. And we'll let that dry, and next time we will make a bird.